everybody, Noelle here, and I have coffee because I haven't had it yet. Delicious. And it's iced because it is literally 100 degrees in Florida right now. Like, please, somebody end it. I'm begging you. But anyways, it is back to school season, and today I thought I would be talking to you guys about some advice on how to survive freshman year of high school. And I actually just graduated in May, so I've served my sentence, I've done my 4 years, so I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first thing I have to say, and this is very, very important. So I think a lot of people are gonna tell you, do not procrastinate. Procrastination is gonna be the downfall of your whole high school experience. You're gonna flunk out and it's gonna be terrible. No. Procrastination is a completely normal human thing. It takes a very, very special type of person to actually get stuff done early. Like, most people I knew in high school, including myself, have procrastinated. I procrastinated on everything. Like, my senior year, I turned in stuff like the day after it was due. Still passed somehow. If procrastination causes you to make bad grades, then yeah, obviously you should fix something. But like, if you're still doing well in school and you procrastinate, like, there's really not an issue there. Like, other than it can stress you out. But some people will just work better under pressure. It's just a normal thing. Like, if it's working for you, then, I mean, what's the problem? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The second thing, and this is also very important, is to get involved. I know I've seen some freshmen, and this is myself included, I was the same way, saying like, oh, I'm not gonna get in any clubs or anything like that, like that's lame. Why would you do anything for school? Trust me though, it is the only way that you're actually gonna like have a fun high school experience. Like, if you just find a club that you're into, like, you'll make friends, and you're just gonna have fun in high school. And if you keep it up all 4 years, you might end up in a position of leadership when you're a senior, and that looks heckin' good on your college applications, by the way. That shouldn't be your only motivation to do that though. Do it for fun, do it for you. But yeah, definitely find something you're into and get into it. Your school will probably have a club fair or something like that where you can kind of explore like your options. Just find something to do. Like, find somewhere, some kind of group to go into. And then that'll make your high school experience all the more better. That's grammar 101. Third thing, freshman year is very important. I know people say like, oh, freshman year, like that's not gonna go on to college stuff. Colleges don't care about that stuff. Yes, they do actually. And also, if like your freshman year is gonna set a foundation for your entire GPA throughout high school. Like, obviously you can improve it from there, or it can get worse. I don't advise that at all, but it happens sometimes. But the thing is, if you work hard your freshman year and get good grades, or like the best grades that you can, then that'll set the foundation for the rest of high school. And all you'll have to do throughout your sophomore, junior, and senior year is just maintain it, or you can improve it if you would like. But it makes less work for you the rest of high school. Like, your senior self will thank you. But if you slack off your freshman year and make horrible grades, and then your sophomore, junior year you decide that you want to go to a good college, but your GPA is subpar and you literally could not get in to that college with that GPA, then you're gonna have to be like working your butt off throughout high school to try and get that up. And it usually doesn't end up getting it where you want to go, because the more grades you have in that GPA, the harder it is to like make a significant change. So definitely freshman year, do your best, don't slack off, because it'll just create more work for you later on. Next up, write stuff down. Do not rely on your memory. I know maybe you did this in middle school. I don't remember if I did or not. I honestly have no memory of middle school. If that gives you any hope, you won't remember middle school by the time you're in college. Definitely in high school, you're gonna be probably having to keep track of a lot more stuff than you did in middle school, like more assignments, some like projects, tests, whatnot. Write it all down, because even if you have a really good memory, you can only store so much in there, and even the best of memories will fail because we're human. So definitely write it down. It took me till junior year to realize I'm actually very forgetful. I cannot rely on my memory, so I had to write it down. I kept it on a sticky note on my laptop, so definitely just don't do it. Don't rely on your memory. The next thing, high school goes by really fast. I know people have probably already told you this, and you're like, well, 4 years, like I'm gonna be stuck here for 4 years. It actually flies by. Like, I swear I was a freshman, and then I blinked, and suddenly I was walking across the stage in a big cap and gown, sweating my butt off, getting handed this gilded folder with a piece of paper inside. Like, literally, it's insane. And it'll go by faster if you try to make the most of it. If you try to have fun with it, then it'll definitely go by a lot faster, which can be a bittersweet thing by the time you graduate, but it doesn't last as long as it may seem. So I finished my coffee. Now I'm caffeinated, so my next tip, stay real with yourself when you're choosing your classes and all that stuff. Like, for example, if you know you're not good at math, don't try to be no overachiever and take honors math, because if you're not good at math, that's going to be really difficult for you. That's going to create a lot more stress for you. If you're not good at math, take like standard or whatever it is. I don't know what they call it here. My hair is blowing everywhere because I have the ceiling fan on, but I'm not going to turn it off because it's so hot. Yeah, just make sure, like, know your skills, your strengths and weaknesses when you're picking your classes, so that you're not picking something that's too hard or too easy for you. Next, do not try to impress others. That's only going to cause problems, and you're gonna end up very disappointed. Like, just stick with people that like you for who you are. You don't even need to impress them because they already support you. Just stay around people who will lift you up instead of putting you down. Don't try to impress that popular girl or that boy that you have a crush on, because really the people that matter are the people that appreciate you for who you are. So like, and this includes, do not wake up at 4 a.m. to put on a full face of makeup and do your hair and dress all cute. I mean, if you do that because you want to and that's something that makes you happy, have at it, go ahead. That's doing that for the right reasons. But if you're doing that to impress some girl that you want to be friends with because she's popular, or that guy that you like, or whoever, whatever, don't do it. It'll give you 99 problems, and sleep deprivation will be 98 of them. Just avoid it. Just be you. Be around people that like you for you, okay? Good. Hey guys, it's me editing. I'm filming this on my laptop, that's why it's potato quality. But I realized in the clip that I said that you would have 99 problems and sleep deprivation would be 98 of them. I felt really stupid after I looked at that because I had it actually planned out and I don't know where my brain went, but it happens, I guess. What I actually meant to say was, you'll have 99 problems and sleep deprivation will only be 1. Yeah, that was my mistake, so yeah. Back to the video. Next up, start thinking about your post-secondary plans, and since you're a freshman, it is a bit early to think about that, but like, you do want to start giving it like passing thoughts once in a while. Like, start thinking about kind of what you want to do after high school, like kind of have kind of an idea in place of what you want to do. Obviously, you do not have to pick a major. You don't even have to pick a major your senior year. Like, a lot of people go into college under an undecided major and they decide later on in college, or they go in with a major and they end up changing it halfway through, because minds change, people change. Like all throughout high school I wanted to be a director, and then my senior year I decided I actually want to be a doctor. I want to go to med school, so that's the path I'm taking right now. Minds change. That was a pretty drastic change on my part. But yeah, but with post-secondary stuff, think about like where you would like to go to college, or even if you want to go to college at all, because you actually don't have to go to college, believe it or not. You could go to like a trade school, you could go into the military if you're into that. There's lots of options. You could even like take a gap year afterwards, or just a gap semester, whatever. And you could like save up some money, then go to college or do whatever. Like start kind of thinking about kind of what you want to do after high school. You don't have to have a solid idea now, but definitely start thinking about it. Next tip, practice for the ACT or SAT or whatever standardized test you're taking. A lot of schools will require you to do this. My old high school, the first one I went to freshman and sophomore year, freshmen had to do ACT vocab every Friday. Sophomores had to do ACT practice twice a week, and juniors had to do ACT practice 3 times a week until they actually took the test. And then my new school that I went to, junior and senior year, we just did this thing called Khan Academy for SAT practice. It is a really good source. Actually, it's free, and there's SAT practice, ACT practice, and even like subjects to like help you out at school. I do recommend that as like a study tool of sorts. But yeah, those standardized tests that get you into college, they're less about like your innate intelligence and more about your test taking skills, how quickly and accurately you can work and get all your answers in. So definitely that's something that you need to practice, and you should start pretty early on so that you can do well on those. So yeah, definitely get on that, especially if you're looking to get into a really good college. Then you might want to do that starting like right now. And the last thing, do not buy a bunch of school supplies. I know in elementary school and even middle school sometimes they ask you to buy like markers, scissors, crayons. Actually, I don't know what middle school does anymore, but I know in middle school they asked you to get like a bunch of binders. You do not need a binder for every class. I don't really think teachers will ask you to bring a binder to every class. It depends on the school, I guess. But unless your teacher's doing a binder check, which happened to me probably twice in my entire 4 years of high school, just get a folder. Like, they're a lot easier. And also, the thing with folders is, since they don't hold as much stuff, you can kind of gauge better when you need to clean it out. So it'll keep your load lighter. All that is just to keep your backpack from being really, really heavy and hurting your back and all that stuff. You don't want that. Plus, you don't need half the stuff that you think you need for high school. Like really, high school supplies are pretty minimalistic. So save some money, save some heartache, whatever. Don't buy all the school supplies. So yeah, those are all my tips for freshman year, how to survive it. High school, I mean, yes, you're going to a new school and you're gonna be the youngest again. Everybody's gonna be older than you, but it really isn't that scary. And people are there to help you, and it's really not any harder than like the transition from 7th to 8th grade, like academic wise. So yeah, just relax, don't worry about it. So yeah, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss an upload from me. I will be uploading every Monday at about 3 o'clock p.m., not a.m. I could upload at 3 a.m., but I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, have a good day and adios.